here's the most relevant, I take to be the most relevant piece of news that I want to share with you. We're broke. And I feel very good about that. One of the primary functions of this project, if you will, has always been to be not to be generous with others, but to make sure we did all we could, both financially and in terms of teaching and consciousness and sharing, to share our work all over the world and here at home as well. So we have, from the very outset, we, meaning this particular community, the community that is the therapeutic community, has always been exceedingly generous in supporting those who could not afford. And this particular community has always been exceedingly generous because this is not particularly a project which can go out and get big donors. People don't, even the best of people, don't particularly donate to this kind of work, to therapeutic work, for ordinary people. So, and the same is true for intellectual work. People get grants for that kind of stuff. So we've known from the very beginning, and it's been true from the very beginning, the very beginning goes back a long way, that we were going to have to, this community was going to have to go it on its own. We're going to keep going, and indeed we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep doing more and more. How, you ask, as well-bred capitalists? Well, as follows. We, economically speaking, this is our thinking. Economically speaking, we had no business of beginning in the first place. We had no business existing for as long as we have. And now there's certainly no business financially for us to continue to exist. So we will. But we need an enormous amount of help from you. And I know, again, I don't want to, last thing I want to do is do a traditional fundraising speech at these times. But we know that everyone's been hit by what's going on. Every individual, every corporation, and again, it's not as if we had made it our business to gather some reserve for the future. We don't gather reserves for the future. We are dedicated to spending our money, what we need, for the needs that people have all over the world, and all over the country, and all over the city. And there's no economist in the world that would support Lois's trip to China. Now I know we have any money, but they don't have any money. But it seems very important to do that. And I can see your proper enthusiasm for it. So we're trying to set up some more things so that more people can be involved in teaching, and we can make some, not a lot, but some additional money in that way. But we only can do that if, as always, you support it. One thing that we have, we haven't done enough of, in my opinion, we need to do more of, and we need to do it together, is we need to expand this community. We need for us to do outreach, and the only kind of process that we have in doing outreach is, once again, you. Now, obviously, you have the personal right to talk about social therapy with whomever you like and whenever you like, and I would not, being an old radical libertarian, I would never impinge on that right, but I do need to implore all of you to participate more in advertising and talking about our work. We need to help people with their emotional pain because we're helpers. That's what we do. At the same time, we need to get the word out because there is a great internal struggle going on in the field of psychology. Not to mention the field of economics. In the field of psychology, we're trying to figure out what's going to turn out, what's going to become of it. And we think, maybe this is too much hubris, but we believe that we have something to contribute to that. But to continue to contribute it, I mean, you know, and Lois and I and others in this room played an important role in trying to come up with characterizations of that and theories and practices. But coming up with creative ideas means nothing unless you find a way of getting those into the hands of the appropriate people. As different people have said, talking about us and encouraging us, we're that fringe element that often has a very big contribution to make. But making it from the fringe is no easy matter. It's relatively easy to be influential if you're in the right location. Mm-hmm. But from the get-go, day one, we were in the wrong location. Challenge in front of us right now. And the challenge for us, the challenge is always, it's interesting because of what we are and what we do and how we function. I'm even talking about a broader community as well as this somewhat smaller community. The challenge for us is always existential. Existential in the traditional sense of that word. It always comes virtually immediately to the question of our existence because of how we operate. Because we're here to spend our money to change people's lives, to change the lives of people all over the world.